hoping Dave didn't bring this up, man.
I have to. I predicted this thing before. Over you, Mr. Basketball.
I didn't think they'd give him a chance, Dave. I didn't think he did enough to do it. I don't know. I didn't.
Dad had it set up for years. It'd just be like if your dad had a job that you wanted to move into. It's yours, buddy.
Yeah.
It's yours.
I don't like to think of it like that, though.
Yeah, that's how it is in life, man. That's how it is. You think he didn't get that job because of his dad? His dad.
I definitely think it had I definitely think it had some leverage in it.
Do you like the hire?
Here's my thing with Saunders. If you're gonna commit to him for 3-4 years, and even if he's terrible the first two, like just commit to him because this is Townsend Wiggins' what? Third coach, fourth coach, and this is the guy that's these are the guys that are supposed to lead you to the next level. I mean, they need to have a consistent coach, right? And that's my only thing on this. If you're gonna stick with Saunders, stick with him for 3 or 4 years. Do I think he was the right hire? I don't know. I would have rather him went and got Mark Jackson or the Van Gundys. I don't know, but the team loved him. I'll give him that. The players loved him. Whatever that holds, I don't know, but I know that the players love him.
Let me make one more prediction. Today is June 7th, 2019.
Okay.
Mark it down.
Yep.
If he fails as a coach, he will move into the front office. He will never be fired and away from this team unless he doesn't want anything to do with it on his own. He ain't going anywhere. He's going to be around. He's going to be the next GM of this team. I guarantee it.
Oh, Dave. Saunders?
No. See, this is exactly what you said to me.
No, GM is different, Dave. GM is different.
No. Oh, it is? I think it'd be easier than coaching.
Oh,
I don't
man.
know. I'm just saying, mark it down. It's a prediction. You can laugh.
I am. I'm going to write it down right now. Dave,
all right.
This is what? What's today's date?
It's June 7th, 2019. In about 2 years, if this doesn't work out for him, or if it does, he's lifetime for this organization. If he wants to, he's moving. He'll do it either be GM or it be advisor to GM or it be some, something. But he's got a lifetime contract with this team. I guarantee it. His dad had all that in writing when he came back as the GM and part owner of this team.
But how old was Saunders when he started coaching the Timberwolves? Because he had to assume. Well, Flip had to assume he was. It was very unexpected that he passed away. I don't think that it was he was going to coach for a year and then have his son come in. I think he was going to be there for a long time. That was his plan.
Oh, for sure. But his kid, I guarantee his kid always was going to be a coach at some point.
Yeah. I got to give him a fair share. Give him a fair share, Dave. Listen, I can't laugh at your prediction.
I don't care. I'm just saying I'm just saying. His dad set that up in writing when he came back, and he got hired again to run the team. Right. So
respect to Dave for coming on here. I give him respect. He did say that, and I do remember that, and I do give him credit for that. So I give you props for that one. Last one before we let you go. Amir Coffey to the NBA. Your thoughts?
I don't know. I don't see him making it. Do you?
He's not even on any mock board. That's why I was so thrown off. I mean, I was just like, really? You don't want to come back? And they have this kid, Marcus Carr, who's a transfer from Pitt, who had to sit this year. That's going to be the point guard. Coffey's going to be able to go back in his at the 3 and be able to be a swingman and go to the lane and play his position he did his freshman year. And he's not going. He's going to the draft. And there's not one mock draft, Dave, that I found that he's on. So I'm just, I don't know, I'm thrown off.
Well, let me just say this. I'm going to throw this out there. Don't get angry at me. Do you think it has anything to do with Pitino? Do you think he likes playing for Pitino?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I don't know what goes behind closed doors, but I know that Coffey has made 2 tournaments in the last 3 years, so that shows me something. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe because if I love the coach, I would probably go back for my senior year. So maybe it does.
Maybe he hates school. I don't. A lot of people do. He's not going anywhere.
No, I think the best he can be is
if he doesn't get drafted.
Well, then he goes to the G League. He had to make a decision. That's why everyone was thrown off. He had to make a decision 2 weeks ago if he was either declaring or coming back, because you can hire an agent but then go back. And he declared. So I was thrown off. He's probably going to be undrafted and go to the G League. I wish him the best of luck, but I don't know. All right, Dave, any final thoughts here?
He'll probably be an assistant with the Timberwolves in a couple of years.
Oh, God, please. Any final thoughts here? The broadcast team of FSN, any thoughts on them? I've seen you tweet, and you're very upset about that.
A compliment. I love listening to Morneau.
He's good.
Yeah, he was solid. But now Bert's back, and I gotta tune it down when Bert and Dick are together. Dick saw the furthest home run ever from Buxton the other night ever hit in Cleveland Stadium, so I'm guessing now that Dick has seen every home game ever in Cleveland Stadium. That was the longest one he's ever seen. So, yeah. And they're all the shortest home runs when Cleveland hits them. That's all I got for you on FSN.
All right, Dave. Always a pleasure, my man. Got to get you back on here.
All right, sir.
All right, buddy. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, in other news here, we've got Derrick Rose, who just came out with a new book, and I was reading some of the excerpts from it from the Star Tribune. I read it's called "I'll Show You," and here's some quotes I just wanted to share with you guys because they actually really made me think, man, like what Jimmy Butler did, and I was always team Jimmy. I thought what he did, how he handled it was wrong, but what he said and how he went in and kicked the starter's butt with a bunch of bench players, I thought that's just Jimmy. All right, so here's some of the quotes from this book. Quote, "Nothing against Karl Anthony Towns. He's cool and he's good, but you get these kids and you spoil them before they achieve something." Okay, so I thought, well, no, Towns, he two-time All-Star. He's got an All-NBA third team now, Rookie of the Year. And, he's basically saying the same thing about Andrew Wiggins. So here's another thing. Jimmy was feeling, why do y'all pay them first? And I was the one that got you to the playoffs. That's all it was, Rose added. Jimmy wasn't doing it. The trade request, right? Though he was right. And I 100% agree with what Jimmy Butler was saying here, okay? So I looked back at some of the stats, and I thought, okay, you know what, Karl Towns, you're worthy of that contract. You're so young. We want to keep you in Minnesota, as I think the contract is 5 years, $158 million. And then for Wiggins, he's entering year 2 of his $145 million max deal. Okay, so here are the records. Okay, if you take away the Jimmy Butler, because the Timberwolves didn't sniff the playoffs without Jimmy Butler. Here is the record of Karl Towns without Jimmy Butler. 96 and 150. Now, if you thought that was bad, we'll go to my buddy Andrew Wiggins, whose game is completely outdated. He shoots mid-range jump shots. No one does that in the NBA anymore. He can't shoot threes. He's suspect on defense. He's probably one of the most athletic guys in the league, doesn't want to work hard. But here is Andrew Wiggins' record if you take away Jimmy Butler's year. Because let's be honest here, if it doesn't prove that Jimmy Butler wasn't the reason why they were in the playoffs, I don't know what to tell you. Because as soon as he left, that's when the Timberwolves went down. Sixers got to the Game 7 against the Raptors. So that just shows the valuability with Butler. Here is Andrew Wiggins' record without Jimmy Butler. 112 and 216. His first year, he went 16 and 66. The next year, 29 and 53. Third year, 31 and 51. This year, 36 and 46. 112 and 216. If that's not a mic drop, I mean, that is embarrassing. And now we're going to reward a guy like Andrew Wiggins with a 146.5 maxed deal. Now, Karl Towns, like I said, I understand that. Karl Towns is special. Andrew Wiggins has peaked in his second year and now has progressively gotten worse. He is chirping the fan base when he can't make a free throw and fans are getting on him and he's saying, well, you guys got to calm down. No! If you get a max deal, you have to show us something. Show us some pride. Show us some effort. You just want to see you want to slap him and say, dude, wake up. Show me some emotion. Look at Garnett. Garnett was Garnett the most talented guy? No, but he had tremendous amount of heart. He played so hard on the defensive end, and Minnesotans love that. Even Karl Towns shows emotion, and Minnesotans love that. People can't stand the emotionless Andrew Wiggins, especially when you're paying him that much. There is no excuse for a 112 and 216 record. Jimmy Butler, you are 100% right. The fact that the Timberwolves didn't approach him to have a contract extension, because remember, when Butler got traded, that's when they signed Towns. They signed Towns that next week. The fact that they didn't approach Jimmy Butler to extend a contract is mind-boggling, but it doesn't surprise me because the Timberwolves are one of the most dysfunctional franchises in sports. My buddy Ben sent me a clip of the draft picks that this team found a way to pick. Johnny Flynn, okay, Ricky Rubio, Wesley Johnson. Guys that, Wesley Johnson, Johnny Flynn were out of the league so quickly, you don't even know where they went to school. They both went to Syracuse. But they were so gone so quickly. It was unbelievable. You pass up on Steph Curry. You pass up on, Kawhi Leonard. You pass up on all these different guys. We can get into the Timberwolves all I want about their horribly ran franchise. But I think this book is very interesting. I'm going to get it. The price needs to drop. $25 for a book, that's asking a little too much. I love Rose. I think he has a great career. He's a great story. You got to lower the price. $25 a little too much, so we'll see if it comes down. But I thought that a lot of what he said, man, was true. I think if you're Jimmy Butler and you're sitting back there and you come to this team and you automatically make them a playoff team, by the way, they were a 3 or 4 seed before Jimmy Butler went down. I don't know if you knew that. They were a 3 or 4 seed before Jimmy Butler went down. And as soon as he went down, they moved to an 8 seed. If his presence wasn't felt when he was missing, I don't know what to tell you. He was the reason why that team took the next step into the playoffs. And you saw when he left what happened defensively for the team, what happened identity-wise for that team. It went completely down the gutter, and they were the same team they were a few years ago. So, Jimmy Butler, as always, I'm Team Butler. 100% right. I loved what he did in the scrimmage. And what he's saying right now to Rose is facts, and I think Rose is feeling the same way. We love Towns. We don't really like Wiggins, but we love Towns. But you got to show us something here going into year 5 with the Timberwolves. All right, before we get into Love It or Leave It, Matt will come in and give me my 3 topics, and we'll end the show here. I wanted to implement a new segment here, Strom Stud of the Week. Okay, and this can be nationally. We can go, Kawhi Leonard, whatever it may be. I want to try to stick in the state of Minnesota because it is a Minnesota-based podcast, obviously. So I'm going to stick today in the state of Minnesota, and I saw something on Twitter, and I think a topic of discussion for this Viking season is, okay, can they protect Kirk Cousins? Can the offensive line hold up? Can they stay healthy? Can they do what they did 2 years ago with Case Keenum and have an effective run game? And last year, let's be honest, it was a disaster. We couldn't stay healthy. People were going in and out of the lineup. Brett Jones, Nick Easton, everyone in and out. And Nick Easton got hurt, obviously. And I looked on Twitter yesterday, and I saw Kirk Cousins. I guess the Vikings had an event. It may have been Adam Thielen's golf event. I'm not sure. Kirk Cousins tweets out a photo. Okay, and here's what he says. Great day at the annual Vikings charity golf tournament. Okay, it's the Vikings, not Thielen's. The mock turtleneck is officially back, so they're wearing Tigers' old turtlenecks here. They look pretty good here. And big thanks to Pat Eflon. He's back like he never left it. Formal t-shirt, all those hashtags, whatever it may be. So I look at this picture, and I see little Kirk standing there, and it's amazing to me how, little these offensive linemen make pretty decent-sized dudes look. And I'm looking through it, just seeing, how's everyone holding up? Are we all in shape? And I look over, and he is the first annual. This is the inaugural stud of the week. Pat Eflon. Go look at this picture. Pat Eflon looks like a bodybuilder, okay? I am talking 6'4", 340 of pure muscle. I don't know what he did in the offseason. I hope he doesn't get tested for steroids. But, oh my God. He looks like a brick house. I'm very excited to see how this translates onto the field. And Eflon is already an incredible, probably the best offensive lineman on the Vikings right now. But you look at this picture, and it's very odd why they're I don't know why they're standing in a garden. It's weird. They're taking this picture, and they're, stepping on the plants. It's weird. But Pat Eflon, I wish I could show you this picture. Please, go to Kirk Cousins' Twitter real quick and look at Pat Eflon. I mean, he looks great. I mean, he looks like a new man. You know, a lot of these offensive linemen, they're big or fat, you know, and a lot of them, listen, they're so strong. But Eflin looks like if you lift up his shirt, he might have a six-pack. I mean, his biceps are the size